Hey, everybody. Netbooks are the... Thanks. Netbooks are the easiest...
You're like, hey, yeah, good to see you too,
They're bored
dude.
of me now.
Let's go.
Netbooks are the lightest, easiest way to get through airport security during the holidays.
Yeah, so you're saying I could keister this?
Yes, you absolutely could. And they're so cheap, if the TSA breaks one, it's easy to replace, even in your keister. HP wants you to know that good gifts really do come in small packages, like the Mini 311 Netbook. Weighing in at only 3.2 pounds, it packs an 11.6-inch HD LED screen and the NVIDIA Ion graphics card for an unrivaled entertainment experience. You also have the option for an 80-gig solid-state drive, 3 gigs of RAM, and an external Blu-ray drive, all starting at $400. Slide it into your cake shaft and you...
But I'm just worried about, you know, when popping through the metal detectors.
I think we're back on the...
311 is a great band and a pretty sleek netbook here. It's actually only 1.2 inches thin. It weighs 3.2 pounds. There's no weird protrusions from an extended battery. It's nice and sleek. But does the overall look and the feel actually impress you, Chris?
It absolutely does, Kev. It's not really symmetrical right here. You see a little bit of a rise in the back there, but that's good for when you sit down to type.
Not so good for slipping into a messenger bag.
I like having things that are symmetrical in my bag and fit in evenly.
Right.
But you know what? That's just because I have OCD. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right.
We're good.
And then here on the top, I'm not crazy about this. There's a lot of swirly stuff on here. It looks like the cover of a Lifehouse album, and I don't like that. But I guess apparently you can get other designs.
Yeah. You can express your individuality through a bunch of prefabricated tops.
If you want, yeah, you can absolutely do that.
We've liked HP's netbooks, their keyboards in the past, but the touchpad has always needed work. Did they make any drastic improvements, or is it...
Absolutely not.
Great.
The touchpad is the same glossy feel as the rest of the laptop, so your finger's constantly sliding off the edge. You never know when you're on it or you're off it. Come on, finger, work with me.
How dare you look down with your eyes and see if you're touching it.
The mouse clicks also feel cheap, and they're kind of hard to press down. You don't always strike properly, and then the cursor is constantly flying by stuff. It's hard to be really precise, and I did adjust in the keyboard slower and faster, but it still didn't...
Still too sensitive?
Yeah. We're short on time, so I'm breezing through this as quickly as I possibly can. The keyboard, though, is still pretty good.
Chris, breathe. You're changing color.
It's 92% full oxygen. It's easy to type on, just like you would a normal keyboard, so you don't really feel like you're typing on a netbook. That's great. As for the screen, it's LED and has a higher resolution than most netbooks, and looks great, and has a lot of room to work, which is awesome when you're on your computation device. Overall, the interface is okay, but HP really needs to do something about their touchpads.
Right. Well, the thing that really sets this HP apart, I think, from most netbooks, it has the NVIDIA Ion sticker on top, but more importantly than that, it has the chipset inside, which is good, and it's good for smooth video playback or even playing PC games.
Yeah.
The Ion there. Does it really work as claimed?
It really does. Back in my day, we called this a difference engine. Now, this is the only netbook we've tested that can fully complete the PC Mark V benchmarks, which is a feat in and of itself. Had a respectable score of about 2,100 points. That means a lot to you if you know what that means. Booting up takes a little longer than we'd like, about 1:40, which is pretty slow. But once you're on, you're flying. I mean, games like Counter-Strike Source and Call of Duty 4, fully playable at 800 by 600, which is huge news. I mean, you know, taking on a plane, you're playing a game, it's awesome, and those are amazing specs to have on a little guy like this.
And we actually have the lowest specs you can get on this netbook. We gave it a gig of RAM, 160 gig hard drive, and it's still super fast.
Yep.
$400.
Yep.
Is it worth it at that price?
Absolutely worth it, Kevin. Just imagine for a second with your thinking brain how fast this would be if you paid a little extra for the 3 gigs and stopped being such a cheap bastard. You got some RAM and a solid-state drive in there. It'd be awesome. Either way, at this price, we are definitely impressed with the 311's performance. Even though the touchpad's a little bit wonky, it is a buy. I am done. So long. Move on.
Chris Hardwick, everybody. Hey.